Hey folks, this is Shantran here, and welcome to my corner of the internet. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bulette fight. This is for the Untouchable challenge. I'm playing solo, except for some camp buffs, and I'm not allowed to take any real points of damage. For this fight specifically, my goals are as follows. I want to kill the Bulette before it burrows, without using haste effects, and preferably without using bombs as well. Here we go. For the setup, we start off by throwing some water over near where we're going to be fighting, so we have something to stand in for the water sparkers. Then once it's in the position, we run out to spawn the Bulette, being ready to run quickly back in as soon as it starts coming. If you time this correctly, you can avoid getting knocked down, as you can see. Even if you get knocked down, you might be able to still get out of it without being pulled into combat. Shovel runs down there to start combat from invisibility, so that we're gonna get our surprise. I would prefer to engage it there, but for some reason there was some lag and it's a little further away, but that's still fine. Sinthar is now out of combat and has all the time in the world that he needs. We spawn in a Mage hand, because we're going to be using that for the fight, and then we go for Fala Aloof Shriek, to not have to use an action for that during combat. It lasts 5 turns, which is plenty for this fight, because the Bulette is going to be borrowing down quite soon, and we want to kill it before that anytime. I'm in stealth and moving closer, but not too close. I don't want to get it in shriek range here. As you can see, I was a little slow about going into turn-based there before, so we only have 4 turns of Fala Aloof instead. That's a little annoying, but it's still plenty. I drop down a healing potion, so I can start off by getting Bless and Dip in poison from my ring and necklace respectively. And by doing it this way, I don't have spent the action once I get into combat, because what actually brings me into combat here is breaking stealth, and that part is not an action. Putting the Mage hand into stealth so we can move it closer here. And then we should be just about ready to get into more or less the fight proper. We put out a bit of ammunition for the Mage hand here, just some spears. I want to try and avoid using bombs here, so we're not giving it any bombs to play with for now. Don't ever know what they want to do with that. And then I move in closer to get the Bulette into shriek range. I'm also standing in water, which is mostly relevant for later. Next thing we're gonna do is we want to apply wet to the Bulette to get just a little bit of extra damage from our lightning arrows. And we do that by dropping some water down, moving it around, as you can do in this game. And I'm gonna use shovel to get it all the way to the Bulette, so I don't have to move Sinthar any further than is absolutely necessary. All this fiddling around can take a little while, but it also means that we can optimize our actions very nicely. Halo to break the water and make the Bulette wet. And now we're ready to actually go. We open with the lightning arrow. Favorable beginnings means it's the best chance to hit. And opening with the bonus shot would not have meant any difference to its saving throw here. You can see it saves against the lightning arrow, unfortunately. We hit with our bonus action shot as well, and we make sure to stand in water for next turn. Mage hand now. I just have to exit turn-based mode, and it will be able to throw. So we do that right away. From stealth, 64% chance to hit is quite decent, and we're even lucky here that it knocks the Bulette closer to the position I actually wanted it to be in. 11 points of damage from the Mage hand there is quite nice for a 1 turn of a Mage hand. You could see the Shriek proc twice, both from the falling damage and from the attack. Shovel gets into slightly better position, and Sinthar is already where we want him. Mage hand has used his turn, and we go to the next one. Our water sparkers made the lightning water here. Made the lightning water, nice. You can see it stacks as 10 now, so we open with the bonus action shot instead to up our chance with the relevant one to hit to 95. I crit it, which is obviously nice, but a little annoying for a showcase. And there we have it actually failing its save against the lightning arrows and taking a lot of damage from that. Saved against Halo Spores, they usually do that, that's fine. We didn't have a better use for it this turn, so it's okay. 60% chance to hit is quite nice on the Bulette, and that was 6 extra damage from Shovel this turn.
They're dying for me.
Good, so we can skip our turns here. The Bulette is now going to have to act. I'm just gonna pause here for a second. The Bulette is now in a situation where it can use either its melee attack on Shovel, or its ranged attack on both of them. There's no real reason or real way for it to get to attack Sinthar here, and he should be safe. That's the primary purpose. If it crits him, he is going to take damage, and we cannot allow that to happen. So, this is awesome. It chooses to do the ranged attack on both of them, probably because we have them both lined up, so that it can hit both of them with 1 shot, and that is the best choice. If it had used a melee attack, it might have been able to kill Shovel, but the chance is actually not that great, because he has resistance to physical damage. Miss from the Mage hand here, but 5 extra points of damage. And now the important part of the mage hand for this fight comes. 16 points of damage is important as well, of course. It moves down next to the Bulette, so that we have a chance to kill it next turn in order to proc our Bloodlust potion in case we are not killing the Bulette. We got the critical hit earlier, so we're probably well set at this point, but we might not have gotten that. I'm messing around a bit here, so we're just gonna fast forward through that. I want to get into a position where it's in shriek range. I still have high ground, and I can use the potion on both Shovel and Sinthar, so that they both get the bless effect. Good, there we go. So, break the potion with Halo. Get the bless. You could use the Halo on the Bulette, but I'd rather have the chance to hit with my actual shots. I think that's more important. 95% chance with the bonus action. I start with the bonus action here, not because of the usual reason, but because if I had missed, I would have been able to go for a bomb in order to more or less secure the kill here. Instead now, we take the lightning charge arrow. I want to kill the mage hand as well. In case this shot doesn't kill the Bulette, we get the Bloodlust action from the mage hand kill instead, and still have an extra action to kill it. That's why we use the lightning arrow there. Also, it's a better chance of killing the Bulette, obviously. And it works anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But these kind of contingencies is sort of what I want to bake into my plans, so that I don't get into situations where I fail. Basically, that's about it. Let's take a look at our gear. We have Falar Aloof for Falar Aloof Shriek. This is going to decrease the saving throw of the Bulette and also add 1d4 points of thunder damage onto every one of our damage sources, which is going to be quite a few. Then we have the Water Sparkers. This allows us to get lightning charges without having to spend an action on it in combat, which is obviously great. 5% more chance to hit and a little bit of extra lightning damage. We have Brood Mother's Revenge in order to dip our weapons for 1d6 points of extra poison damage without using really actions on it. And then we have the Whispering Promise to get Bless effect for another plus 10-ish% chance to hit. So, thank you for watching, if you have been. I hope you enjoyed this slightly more explainy way to do this. I've been Shandran. You most definitely been awesome. Do not forget to do the YouTube stuff, and bye-bye.